Looking for an answer. Looking for an answer to soothe my soul, baby. Take me away. Looking for an answer. Looking for an answer to soothe my soul, baby. Take me away.
Welcome everybody back to Stranger Damies. This is episode 8 of campaign 2 here. I am your DM Mark. We have our adventurers on top of the screen there, all back for another episode here. So without further ado, let's get into a quick recap. Our adventurers have been traveling through the Independent States and the Hill Giant Enclave, as you can see on the map there. They're currently in Astoria, the port city to the south. They went to the Dire Straits Bar and Grill, met with Big Johnson, and learned of a masquerade balls type celebration taking place at the Pangea, which is a famous hotel in Hawkins. Surreal had mentioned to them that it is also known as the place where all the world's assassins meet to sort of get their jobs and sort of relax after a successful contract. The three of you are, meaning Surreal, Rex, and Ignatius, went to the Four Horsemen Amphitheater where Ignatius defeated the first of 3 champions of the amphitheater. And he found out later that they seemingly have been paying off people to throw the second fight because he received a letter that said they would pay him 900 gold pieces if he just laid down in his next fight. After a brief discussion about honor and not wanting to actually do it, Ignatius has decided that he's going to just straight up fight the 2 guys and deal with the consequences. Afterwards, after Surreal and Barris got their armor back, you guys went into the sewer, and that was after Barris and Barry also found a forger in town to try and make invitations for everybody. The sewers, you guys found 8 rats and 2 giant bats, to which Rex basically annihilated half of them with 1 fireball. And this fireball also seemed to reveal a secret room within the cave. So after you dispersed of the vermin in the sewer, Surreal and Barris went to investigate the room that was revealed by the fireball, and saw an open chest with a skeletal dragon claw over top of it, and a dragon figure of a skeletal dragon in the corner there. So I'll bring back up the map for everyone, and that is the wrong thing. See if I can drag this down. So yep, so you guys are currently up there investigating the room. You see this open chest, and like I said, Surreal, since you're just doing the night vision through the goggles that Barry made, you just see it as a shape, and Barris, you see everything there. So what do you guys do?
I want to investigate the skeletal remains to see if there's anything peculiar about them.
Yeah, so roll an investigation check for me.
Yep. Ooh, that's a 3. Natural 2.
Okay. What you see is the at first you sort of trepidation to walk up to the dragon because you're not entirely sure. You've not run into many dragons before, and you're worried that they may not be dead. But you go up and you touch, and it is very much dead, and it seems like it's oddly enough, it doesn't seem like there's much decay on the bones from what you can tell.
Okay.
just from touch. You don't know much more with a roll of 3.
Okay. And the chest is empty, you said?
Yeah, the chest is empty, and that would be a separate roll if you or Surreal want to do that. To investigate that.
Surreal wants to do that because my investigation was so great the previous time. Well then, you know what? He seems very speechless, Surreal, having in this here room. So why don't I go ahead and investigate?
All right, roll another investigation check for me.
Even better. That's a natural 1.
All right, so you don't see much there, obviously. What's called the chest just looks like a normal chest to you. Nothing on the dragon there, and yeah. So okay, Surreal, give me an investigation check, and hopefully you're better than Barris.
18.
18. There we go.
Yeah.
Just a little bit better. You see Barris is kind of like rubbing his forehead, or I guess you could be sort of, your horns would be up there more prominent than your forehead. So kind of unsure what he's looking at. You, with your 18, you go over to the box and you find within the claw of the skeletal dragon a piece of cape material, like a nice piece of cloth, and it's a very distinctive, like a light bluish color. It's a color you haven't seen much before, but it definitely seems like it would stand out. It's not a traditional cape color. There. So you take that, and then you also see inside the treasure chest is the chest there. Is some words scrolled along the outside of it, but it seems to be written in a language you do not know. And I'll have you do it in character, but if you want to shout out to the group and see if anybody can speak Gnomish.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna turn around. Guys, there's a treasure chest. Can someone come in here if you speak Gnomish, please? Thank you.
I'll make my way to the chamber, but I don't speak Gnomish.
I do, though. So I'll be right there.
Ooh, nice. This is the first time this has ever happened, I think.
I had a slight worry when I saw Tom shaking his head, because I specifically looked up to make sure if it.
No, yeah. It's the last one I noted, so I didn't see it right away.
I was like, I picked the one that only, that no one else knew, of his languages.
No, I got it.
So you walk up, and you read, and it says, like written on the seal on the outside of the box, it says, the secrets of the dynasty in Volsaf lie in here. Guard the bottle with your life, so that one day those who were lost to history can return and eradicate the lie of those in power. One continent, one people.
So, what does it say?
So it. I mean, do I really have to?
You can just say the thing that Mark said.
Yes.
The thing Mark said.
Word for word.
Apparently, we're fighting the Flag Smashers, is what I'm getting.
So, wait, they're saying that Volstaff is a lie? I don't quite understand. What is the lie?
Mark, can you repeat what the word said again?
Yeah, so it was the secrets of the dynasty and Volsaf lie in here. Guard the bottle with your life, so that one day those who were lost to history can return and eradicate the lie of those in power. One continent, one people.
I got that last part.
That was really that's the only reference outside of game, is that last line. The rest of it is all in-game stuff, just FYI.
Well, it sounds like there was some sort of bottle in here previous to our arrival.
Yeah, but that is very curious. What bottle? What is so important about a bottle?
Well, that last part sounds like I don't know, either resurrection or.
Is
Sounds
there a
like it.
bottle? Is there a bottle in the treasure chest?
Yeah, is it open yet? The chest?
The chest is open, and there's nothing
And there's
inside.
nothing in it, right?
Yeah.
There's nothing in there.
So we need to find this bottle.
Well, I
what it
mean, it
sounds
would have been nice for it to have been there, but someone was looking for it.
Oh,
Someone has it.
I found this, and I hold up the piece of cloth. It looks like a torn cape. It's very interesting color. I've never seen this really on anyone before.
Yeah. So roll me an intelligence check, Icky, and same with Surreal.
I rolled a 21.
And I rolled a 13.
Okay. Your memory's a little fuzzy there, Ignatius. The reference to a bottle and people. Something is ringing like a little bit of a bell in your mind, but you can't put it together. Surreal, you remember from conversations with Ignatius when you first met him and brought him in to your crew that there was a story of passed down amongst his people of a lost how to exactly describe it, a lost civilization of people that are his descendants that were vanished about around the time Volsaf took over that part of the continent, and rumor has it that they were banished to a some kind of item, but that part is unclear.
Okay. Iggy, when we first met and we were getting to know each other a bit, didn't you say something about the legend amongst your people about a legendary civilization going missing? And it seems like this could have something to do with that.
Well, that would be very helpful if we could find something out. But yes, there is a secret civilization that no one's seen in quite a long time that I've been on the journey to find. So people may believe me for once.
Well,
Interesting.
Wait, you're saying that a whole city is in a bottle?
No, the city's not in the bottle, but the secret to the city is in the bottle.
Oh, is intriguing.
Well, who knows? The city may be in the bottle. I have no idea.
so is this secret liquid or like a letter in a bottle? Do you know?
I don't. That's what we need to figure out after seeing this.
Yeah. Is anybody? I know one of you is, and I keep forgetting who it is. Proficient in Arcana.
Me.
Okay, so roll Arcana check for me.
13.
13. Okay, so you don't know particular case, but you know there are things like soul gems and soul jars and things where souls of people can be put into objects or gods and stuff like that. You actually know very keenly about something similar, but you don't know about a whole civilization. But if you're with that roll, you're not 100% sure, but you know that there's the slight possibility that it could be true just because of the idea of a soul jar, essentially.
Mm-hmm.
Now, a jar that could hold hundreds of thousands of souls? Not sure, but at least the idea is there, and you would know about that.
Right.
Real quick, Mark, is there on the Skeletal Dragon?
Yeah.
Is there anything like anything noticeable about it that seems off, or just like anything
So
strange
you're
maybe?
new, so roll me an investigation check as you enter the room.
Okay.
And you're looking specifically at the dragon.
8.
8. You notice the same thing Barris did a little bit, but can't really put your finger on it, is that to the touch, these bones don't seem like they've been here a while. But you can't figure out what exactly that means. with that roll.
Do you think it would be? Do you think maybe we take part of this skeleton and maybe ask around? Maybe someone knows what this is, or just leave it.
I was sort of thinking about that, but I don't know who you ask about. You just waving dragon bones in someone's face and say, "Try and figure
Right.
this out for me."
Plus, I mean, this room was hidden by a wall.
It's a weird
But
place to put
someone
a treasure
obviously,
chest.
yeah, somebody obviously wanted this hidden, so maybe we keep it to ourselves. I don't know. What does everyone else think?
Yeah, who knows who may be actually looking for this, so
Right.
might be a good idea to keep it to ourselves for the time being.
Plus, the words say to keep it safe or protected, or it sounds like it should be kind of secretive to me.
I say, Barry, take the claw. Don't go waving it around.
Okay.
Sure.
Then I'll take out a little. I'll take out like a little chisel, and I'll just take the claw.
Okay. I'm going
You
to
want to put
point
it in my
out.
bag?
Going to point out. Dragon claw.
Rather large.
Let's see. I'm trying to think.
I thought it was a dragonborn. I'm sorry.
No, it's an actual
Do
dragon.
we have a bag of holding?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you may be able to take a piece of the claw. I don't think a full claw itself would fit into the bag of holding. Theoretically, I guess it could, but then you wouldn't have much room for much else.
Or isn't it infinite space?
No,
in
it's got a space, but it's pretty infinite. But
Take it like a knuckle. How about that? Like up to a knuckle.
Yeah, we'll take a little.
yeah, you'll take
finger.
one. Yeah, that'll be enough. That'll keep me from trying to have to do the math of how much space a dragon's claw would take up in a bag of holding.
Yeah, enough
To
to
be
get
fair.
the point that what we're
Bag
looking
of
for.
holding like a 10 by 10 room or something like that.
Yeah, it's something strange, but I would just take a claw. It'll get the point across. Trust me, the storyteller here.
It's probably about the size of a living chair. No, that would fit in a 10 by 10 room.
Yeah.
Nice
Surreal.
corner piece.
Yes.
May I see the cloth, the cape?
Sure. I hand it over to him.
Okay. I'm going to cast Identify on it.
Okay. I was kind of hoping when you said the spell. Yeah, so you cast Identify. You take the amount of time needed to do you just cast it, or do you want a ritual? Because I think you can ritual for 10 minutes to do it. I think? No?
Yeah, that's fine. And if anyone wants to heal up for a little bit,
Yeah, I'm going.
however long it takes.
Yeah, I don't know if you have ritual casting, but we'll just say it takes you whatever the 10 minutes plus the cast time.
Sure.
To do it. So Barry goes off in the corner and sort of sets out the components for the spell, and you guys, if you want to roll hit dice, go ahead. We'll treat this as a short rest if anybody's hurt. If not, we'll just go on. So Barry, you have the piece of cloth in front of you, and even before you do the identify, give me a history check.
Okay. 30-20.
Dirty 20. So even before you do the identify spell, you notice this color is very distinctive of where it came from. I just gotta go one thing. So you know that this is the color of the Dust Bringers, which are the basically the army personal guard of the Viscount of the Twilight Seeker dynasty. So you notice that right off the bat that this definitely has a tie to them. But your identify spell, what it shows is that this particular material used with this is meant for the higher ranking officers in the Dustbringers. This is not like low level grunts material. This is high end stuff here.
Okay. No magical
No
properties
magical
to
properties to it, no. But you not being a tailor, you would have needed the identify spell to notice that it's a high end cloth used for this.
the Dust Bringers.
Yeah. So
Alright.
yeah, you were explained by Big Johnson, that the Dustbringers are basically the personal royal guard of the Twilight Seeker dynasty, and they will be there. They should be there at the masquerade ball.
Okay.
I bet that says it in my notes that are upstairs.
Upstairs.
Just to be fair,
So,
roll me an intelligence check for Barris, and let's just see if Barris the character remembers.
Barris.
Yeah.
Would you say intelligence?
Yeah.
A 4.
So
I don't think I've ever gotten over a 10 in an intelligence check ever.
so we'll probably have to wait till next session for Barris to remember anything. If it's
Oh,
in a note.
it's finally come to me.
had to sleep on it.
So yeah.
So I'll get up. I'll relay. So this cape belongs to a high-ranking official.
Yeah, it's just a piece of a cape. Just to let you know, like the claw of the dragon sort of tore it off.
Oh,
Just
gotcha.
let you
Okay.
know. Yeah.
Retcon. This piece of cape is it belongs to a high-ranking official in the Dustbringers. That is like the personal bodyguards of the Viscount. I wonder why. We have a bit of a mystery on our hands. What was the Dustbringers doing down here with a fucking dragon and talking about a bottle that could possibly hold an entire civilization?
Well, we're gonna have
Is
to find that
nuts.
out.
Probably playing cards.
No,
Probably
just,
what they're doing
just
out there.
hanging out. Go fish. Yeah, it's
Why don't we check out the other spots in this here sewer so we make sure we've cleared out any other rats that
Oh,
are
that's
hanging
good.
around.
that's a good point.
So So as I said off stream, these 2 rooms that are not connected to anything, ignore those. Everything else is explorable.
All right. I suggest we go down this twin corridor that we to the left right here, or the west. I don't know. It's all turned around in the sewer, but you know what I'm talking about because we have an overhead look at it.
So you guys head on up there. You get to here. You can either give me a perception check to just have a general look, or roll investigation if you're looking for anything particular in this room.
I'm gonna look
Oliver?
at a perception because my investigation is terrible.
I will do that as well.
Perception.
13 for me.
I think someone broke my dice.
Reload your dice.
Right, refresh.
I rolled a natural 20, so 23
Yeah.
perception.
Ooh,
Yeah.
very good.
So
I rolled an 8.
So as you guys get in this room, perception-wise, you see, for those of you that got above a 10, just looks like a rat's nest, essentially. This is, doesn't seem to be any more rats in here, but just it's a very quintessential rat's nest here. Lots of, debris from nearby. There's just parts and skeletons of other vermin down here that they've just used to sort of make an area. With your natural 20, Surreal, you notice that some of the dirt and dust on the ground seems to have been disturbed by something that was not rat footprints heading towards the chamber, heading towards the hallway in the south part of this room.
Can I try to get a bit closer to see if I can identify what kind of
Yep, so roll an
footprints they might be?
investigation check.
21.
21. Yep, so you notice immediately that it does look like some kind of boots. like footprints, like non-animal footprints here. If you want to give me a history check to see.
That's a 9.
So they look very distinctive, but you can't piece it together. What makes them distinct or why?
Okay.
But you do notice that they do go down the hallway to the south of this room.
I'm gonna point that out to my companions. We might not be alone, so we might want to be careful up ahead.
What do you notice? What do you notice?
I point out looks like there's some kind of boot prints in the dust here, and it looks kind of recent. Something stands out about these boot prints, but I don't know what it is. Just stay on guard, I guess.
Is the fact that there are boot prints in the sewer?
I mean,
Maybe?
that was glaringly interesting to me. But there's something about the shape of the print. I can't really explain what I mean. I can't put my finger on it.
All right. Well,
So if you
proceed with caution.
Yeah, just I'll explain. With the natural 20 surreal, you know that they are recent. You just can't tell how recent because you obviously haven't studied the climate of the sewers down here to know if something would stay a lot longer than that. But you know that it's recent enough that nothing has covered it yet in terms of dirt or the rats moving around here. One last thing before you move into the room. Since she pointed this out, Barry, give me an investigation history, whatever's better for you. Check on the boot prints as you bend down and look at them.
I'll do history. Natural 20, 25.
Right. So it's like a eureka moment, like a light bulb goes off in your head, and you know that the shape of these boots, combined with the piece of cloth you found, that this was very much Dustbringers were down here, and a couple high-level ones at that. You know 100% for sure it wasn't anybody, impersonating or anything, because these boots are all made like within the castle, and like nobody has the mold for these shoes outside of the castle itself.
I'll pick up like a piece of what is it like?
It's like a
Kinda
footprint
debris
in like
down
like the clay dirt,
Well, is it like
Where in the
twigs?
sewer?
It's probably rat feces, but it's like to you it looks like a clayish thing that's on the floor of this
They're
sewer.
gone. Stop playing in the shit.
I'm trying to, Addis. I'm trying to decipher how long these tracks have been here. So I'm not trying to play with shit.
Yeah.
I mean, before you were talking about smelling shit, and now you're touching it, so...
Regardless of what your attempt was, you are, when it comes down to it, you are playing with shit.
Could
Are you
someone
gonna
back me up here?
Are you gonna take it with you as evidence?
No,
You
no.
gonna put it in your bag?
Let's
Go
not
up to
get
a
the
random
play,
Dustbringer.
shall we?
No, I wanted to see, like, is it like how old
Yeah,
is it?
so-
Is it like
So you're
crumbly?
Yeah, your check there, being in that 20, and also your background allows you to know a little bit more. And I didn't say this background in terms of sewers, but you have a history of. You're
spending all this time.
I knew as I was saying that they've come out, but what I meant was your history of tracking people, and stuff like that. You notice that these tracks can't be more than a few days, maybe a week old.
Okay. So I feel as if there is a connection now between the chest and these tracks. I wonder if we're maybe looking for, or I'm assuming that the Dustbringers were down here mainly to find this chest. If they found the chest, they were on their way. Yeah, this was very recent, maybe a week.
Interesting. So could this be one of the reasons why they're here? And not
That'd be
just...
my guess.
Yeah.
It'd been nice if they could have cleared out the rats for us, but no.
Beggars
Whatever.
can't be
Maybe they
Right.
brought the rats. Maybe the rats were their guards. Maybe they are the rats.
Ah, they could be druids. You never know.
Or
Well,
werewolves.
they're dead now.
Total mind
Well, they're
twirl.
dead now, so yeah.
Right. So, yeah, I guess they discovered the chest because the piece of the cape was maybe got caught on the dragon claw. They did not find what they were looking for down here.
Or
Would be
did
my
they?
guess. Maybe. Oh, maybe they did fucking find it. Oh no.
Well,
I don't know why it's like, yeah. Well, I don't know why I'm so worried. It could be nothing.
why don't
my
we
god, they found the bottle.
Dude, I mean, this is all new to us too, so I don't know why you're so worried about it. This is the first we're hearing about any of this. Why don't we?
Yeah.
Do we want to clear out this corridor? Do we want to continue down?
Let's
Yeah,
keep
keep going.
going, but just
Jumping
keep
to conclusions.
an eye out.
Keep your wits about you there, Barry. Don't get so in your head about this this
Conspiracy
plot.
theory.
I don't think we're gonna figure it out here in the sewer, at the very least.
Yeah, I
think-
think we might need to find a few more things out before we need to worry about it.
I think
Do you-
he's
are
been
you-
sniffing too much shit.
Yeah,
It's getting
maybe
to
maybe
your
the
head.
smell's getting to your head. Do you want to take that that footprint? Try and take it somehow, or do you think you're good? You think you're
I'm
good?
good. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I
Why
don't
don't you
need
just-
to put it in my pocket.
Commit it to memory, and then it's probably going to be here if you ever want to take another look at it. How about that? It's probably not going anywhere.
If we know where to find it if we need to, yeah. So the funny thing is the Dustbringers will be at this ball, correct?
Correct.
That is the plan.
I wonder if maybe it'd be worth talking to one of them about it.
Yeah, we'll be like, hey, have you been in a sewer in the last 14 days? Stomping around in some rat shit?
I think we'll be able to smell if they've been in a sewer in the past 14
What?
days.
Oh, that's true. That does remind us we should probably wash up before we do that, too. They're
Yeah.
going to smell us, and they're going to be like, hey,
It's
smell
more
like
discreet, probably.
what were you doing in the sewer, too? That would be it. Yeah. So why don't we clear out this corridor so we could smell less like shit?
And get our
Agreed.
money.
Yeah, let's get out of here.
Yeah. So, are you guys going to investigate the room to the south, where you saw one track of footprints coming from there and one going back
Yeah.
and forth?
I would like to. Yeah.
While we're doing this, I'll keep an eye out for any traps, booby traps, anything like that.
Yeah. So, roll both of you. Everybody roll a perception. Barry, roll investigation, looking for traps.
22.
12.
12. Hey, over 10.
Okay. Everybody over a 10. You see in this room. It's a dead end room here. It's basically those of you just barely above a 10. You're looking around. Don't really see anything surreal with your 21, or if anybody else got over a 20. You notice that over by the left-hand corner, on the left side of the map here, you notice that there is a rope sort of in the shadows, hanging in the corner there. And what was your investigation, Barry?
12.
12. You don't notice any traps or anything like that here. The only semi-trap you see is things the rats may have set up to trap prey, sort of, just sort of ways to funnel something so they could eat it, but nothing that would trap
Gotcha.
you guys.
I'm going to point out the rope to the group. I know, Barry, you're looking for traps. Does this seem suspicious to anyone? It's just hanging from somewhere in the corner, right, Mark? Like in the shadows?
It's hanging straight down, but you
Okay.
don't see. You got to get closer to it to see where it goes, because remember, everybody but Barris, and he would need to roll an investigation to see it. Better just sees like in gray scale here.
True.
Well, maybe this was or how someone came into the sewer. They might wanted to not come through the main entrance.
Right. That's a good
Maybe
point.
they didn't want people to know that they were coming down here.
I'm gonna get a little
very
bit
true.
closer to it, like edge closer to it.
Okay.
Don't pull on it. Don't pull on it.
I won't get a pull on it.
Yeah,
Great
so-
sword ready.
Yeah. So give me an investigation check as you investigate the rope and the area around it.
17.
17. That's good enough. DC was 15 to see this. So.
Nice.
You follow the rope, you look down, you see it just hangs, and you see a couple of those footprints there that you saw before. And you look up, and you see a little bit of light coming from above where this rope is hanging. And it looks kind of taut, like it's not really like loose, it's swaying a little bit, but from you notice this from times you use rope to get it on and off a ship or things like that, it was meant to carry weight of someone climbing up and down. Yeah.
Okay.
But you just see, like you said, it does have an exit out of the sewers here.
And can I hear anything, like any people up there, any
You
noises?
just sort of hear the town noise up there, but nothing in particular.
It seems like this is an exit from the sewers. We should be able to actually use this to get out if we wanted to.
All right.
Why would they use this entrance? I wonder. Is it a? Doesn't seem to be more covert. I mean,
Well, who knows what's above us?
Right.
Right.
It could be an alleyway. We basically
really
walked
tell.
through the front door.
Yeah, you guys entered through the main entrance to the sewer that everyone knows about.
Yeah. People that want to go through the sewer, we went the way that most people, like the touristy entrance, right?
on your left is the entrance to our sewer.
It's interesting. Do we want to clear out the rest? Mark, I'm assuming that this path here to all the way to the right, this exists?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
And I guess I didn't do an investigation, but does that exist?
If you want to roll an investigation and everybody just hangs out while you sort of peek over there, you can.
I'd rather percept.
Okay. Roll perception then. To just
I'm
see.
gonna go over check out this spot right here.
Okay. So roll a perception check.
15.
15. All right. Perfect. So you look over there. You see that this area again, because you have the good sight down here. You see that this darkened area is a little bit of a pit there, but you can sort of shuffle your way against the wall, sort of to get to the other side, if you so choose. But over here, just looks like this would kind of be. You see a lot of what looks like spots of white excrement over there, and give me either intelligence or investigation. But I'll let you roll either.
Let's do investigation. Why not?
Okay.
Hey, natural 20.
Natural 20.
I think my dice aren't broken anymore.
You remember from the color shape that this looks like bat guano over here. So your assumption, without peeking all around here, is that this was probably like the essentially without saying the bat nest over here, since this is technically not.
Back cave?
Yeah, technically not a cave, but I did want to say it. But yeah, so this is kind of where the bats lived, over on this side.
And it's more or less pretty quiet in here.
Yeah. And
there's
yeah,
not really
yeah,
activity that I hear about off the
so
wall.
far,
Okay.
yeah, nothing has really been down here. You got basically the vermin that has made it to this part. Your thought process would be that if any others come, at least the rat part, they would probably come through the waste in the center. You know, if they're coming from other areas or underground. But there doesn't seem to be any entrances around here. And the bats just seem to have, you know, gotten down here from just, you know, sheer coming down where that rope's from and stuff like that.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
My natural temptation is to always clear out everything, but
Yeah, you can walk around if you want.
I really don't want to waste time.
The one thing you did notice as you were walking over, because I had the investigation be your whole walk over, and stuff like that, is that any markings of bats outside of this, you only really see the footprints of this one rat that was killed back here. They all seem to sort of avoid this the chamber back here, where you guys found the dragon skeleton.
Okay.
You know, so yeah.
I'm just gonna go back to the group.
Wasn't
I'm
it
gonna be like,
sealed off?
Well, yeah, it was, but even that hallway is just like
yeah,
it's just human. It's
the
just
wall was,
human.
like, right
yeah,
there.
yeah, it's just human footprints outside of the newly made ones by this one rat that was there.
Okay. I was gonna go back to the group and say I didn't see anything of any interest. It seemed like the further we explore, the further we're just gonna walk around in some rat shit and bat shit. I don't know if anybody wants to go further. There's like a chasm down over to the east, but I think there's really nothing else left here to see.
All right, I feel like as long
Unless-
as we got the rats, we should be
Well,
good.
Unless Barry, you want to investigate the guano that's over there. I know you're an expert in fecal dealings.
I will pass this time. Thank you for thinking of me, though.
Yeah. It's apparently it's a thing you're interested in, which I'm not here to judge. What
I'm
you see,
interested in everything.
including. What would you say? Do we want to see where this this little exit rope, this escape rope, is leading? Maybe to kind of give us an idea of what kind of people we're dealing with.
Yeah, I think it's a good idea to check it out.
Unless we could
Good
kind of
enough,
backtrack the way we came in and just try and find it from the street level.
I mean, I should be able to sneak up this rope.
It's up to you guys. Does Iggy, Rex, what do you guys think? That's a good idea?
I'd like to see where it goes.
Well,
Yeah.
I think we're all in agreement. I think there's two ways to do it: is to kind of backtrack our footsteps down here and then kind of retrace them upstairs, so you don't like stick your head in like the big meeting of these dust bringers or whatever.
Like I said, I can sneak up there. I'm as big as I am. I'm actually pretty stealthy.
Okay, well, if there's like a cover to wherever there is, then well, you know what? Let's go sneak up. Whatever. It'll be a big old surprise for everybody. How about that?
So-
You good with that, Rex?
Yeah, sure.
So
That's good idea.
I'm assuming Iggy is first going up the rope. There.
Yeah, I would say I should probably be the only one going up the rope.
Okay,
That's fine with
so give me athletics check, and then if you succeed, it'll be a perception check.
19.
All right, so you easily climb that rope. You get to the top and give me a perception check.
5.
5. So you get to the top, and it looks like it's like a well type thing, like sort of hidden, and you don't know exactly where you are, but it definitely looks like it's like a hidden old well that's not used anymore. Right.
So
here.
there's no lid.
No lid. No,
Okay.
but it's like, you know, it was high enough that the light coming in doesn't really penetrate all the way down. It was a good climb for you.
All right, so I'll go down and let everybody know.
Well,
whoops.
what do we have here?
It
We're
looks
gonna
like an actual well, is what it appears to be.
Interesting. So people drank water from the sewer at one point.
Maybe this isn't an actual sewer. Maybe it's just a gigantic well that has gone dry over the years.
Interesting. Could you tell where in the town this was? Like, where are we right now?
Not really, unfortunately.
Okay. So do we want to exit out that way, or do we want to retrace, as Barris suggested, and try to find it up above?
I mean, it didn't look like anyone was up there, but I didn't really get a good look, so I'm not sure.
I'm okay with backtracking. Whatever the rest of the group decides, I will go with.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not really into all this ancient alien stuff. I was just here to kill the rats, so you guys can do whatever you want to now that all the rats are dead.
I think it's probably best to backtrack so we're not piling out like a clown car from an abandoned well.
Well, let's do that and go get paid while we're at it.
Sounds good to me.
Yeah. So you guys exit out the way you came in. The vermin letter, if I remember correctly, let me pull up my notes here. This one in particular was sent out by the blacksmith for you, or well, for anybody to clear them out. So you'll have to go there to get paid. As you guys exit out, if you want to roll, two of you roll or one roll with advantage, an investigation check to sort of backtrack to see if you could kind of ascertain the area that well would have been in. So decide how
roll.
you want to do it. Yeah.
My investigation is garbage, so anybody else?
I have a
Also
proficiency
bad
in
at
it.
it.
It was my idea, so regardless, I'll do it.
Yeah. So roll with advantage, or two of you roll. It's up to you.
I'll give the captain of a ship advantage.
Yeah.
She's
Yeah.
good at directions.
So roll investigation check with advantage.
22.
22. So you get out, you look around, and as you're sort of mentally retracing the thing, you look to your right, and you see the only thing that would be in that direction. Looks like the Dire Straits Bar and Grill.
Oh boy. Guys, I believe the abandoned well is in the Dire Straits Bar and Grill.
Or in that direction.
In that direction.
Yeah.
That makes me feel sick.
Yeah, you should probably see a doctor after you ate that shit or
Yeah.
whatever.
I didn't eat the shit. Just for clarification, shit did not enter my mouth.
You
Technically,
haven't
Barry.
washed your hands though.
I have gauntlets on. I looked at it. My hands are clean.
No, not really.
Barry, you realize when you get close enough to something and you take a deep breath, the particles go from your nose into your mouth. Right.
A scientist or something?
No, I just know how breathing works.
That's also how you survive on a ship without the proper
Right.
stuff. You gotta not make sure that your hands are clean before you stick them in your mouth.
Dear Lord, can we just go?
Iggy,
I did not eat shit.
Iggy, at the top of the rope, was it inside a building or was it outside?
It seemed to be outside.
It was out. Yeah, it was outside. If I didn't describe that properly. But
Well,
it-
I wasn't up there, so I didn't.
No, meaning when I described it to him, I
Okay.
don't know if I made
I
that
wasn't
clear.
Okay, well, at least it's not inside the
Right.
grill, the bong grill. So I guess we'll have to try and find it. But while we're still fresh in our heads, let's try and find it. We might as well take that rope too once we find it, right? Anybody got rope? Anybody need rope? I feel like we could use rope.
I could always use rope for my
I
ship.
don't want that rope.
Yeah, so
That's
if,
a good point.
Well,
It's a
how about we just don't let
shit
Barry touch it, right? We're all in agreement that until he washes his hands, Barry doesn't touch a damn thing, right?
I
He's
agree with
gonna
that.
haunt me forever now. This is the new dick pic from campaign 1. Oh
Yep.
boy.
yeah, so the
Ah,
yeah, so if
backfired.
you want to take I guess it would be like 10-15 minutes or so. You guys sort of walk around the bar and grill, and you find out in the back, kind of hidden away from where even people really walk by, near where, you know, all the trash and stuff gets thrown out, is this old, you know, broken down stone well that's there. If you weren't looking for it, you wouldn't really notice it was there. So you guys find it, and you see that it was definitely a secluded area back here. But this is sort of where they entered into the sewer.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Anybody want to roll investigation on it?
Yeah, I'd like to see if it's like closed all the way, or
Yeah.
if we can get in there if we needed to.
Yeah.
14.
14. Yeah, so you investigate the well enough. The first thing you notice is it's kind of open. Like, Iggy was able to pop his head out with no problem, but just didn't get a good enough look at anything, as his eyes were adjusting from the darkness of the cave to the light. You, now, with eyesight adjusted, sort of look around and you see that it's only one at a time can come in and out. The way it crumbled in there, it's not meant for, like, you can't throw multiple ropes down and jump down. And you also notice that the dust and, you know, sort of ground around here was recently disturbed. So, again, this is just like the final piece of evidence that of what you've already found down there.
Okay. I'll point that out to everybody.
Well, so this is where the Dustbringers would go, I guess. I guess under cover of night, right? They don't just go during the day, I'd imagine.
It's pretty secluded, but I mean, I think most nefarious things are done under the dark of night.
Right.
Are we taking the rope? Do we need a rope?
We
Don't
may,
have-
we may need to escape here from here at some point, so why not just
I
leave?
have a rope that's clean.
Yeah, I have a rope that's clean
Touch
too.
that rope.
I'm gonna say I feel like Rex did not want this rope.
Plus,
No,
if
I specifically said that.
plus if the rope's missing and someone is frequently using this, they're gonna know something's up. So we should leave it alone. You know.
Agreed.
Sure.
Should we be a little bit more wary of Big Johnson now, because this is his bar, and the Duskbringers clearly have been down here, so maybe he has a connection to the Delacroix, Barris. Like,
It's
more than
possible.
what we seem to have figured out so far.
Sure. When you guys were investigating the footprint, how big was said footprint? Was it remarkably large? Was it small? Was it average size? I feel like, I don't know, we should check. Has anyone ever gotten a look at Big Johnson's shoes? Or the size, or maybe he's like wearing some boots that, you know, Dustbringers custom made
Yeah,
Dustbringers
good point.
boots.
yeah, and
Yeah. What would it have looked like when I was checking
yeah,
it
that's
out?
what I was saying. I'll jump in because he did get a natural 20, so he would know actually the answer to this question. It looked like a normal humanoid footprint, you know, with average size. You know, definitely not a sub-sixer.
Perfectly average in all ways. Okay.
So yeah, maybe maybe Big Johnson has a dealings with Dustbringers, and he lets them use this entrance
There.
for whatever purpose.
And they rewarded him with some sweet boots. I'm assuming he's not trolling around sewers on his own for
Right.
the Dustbringers, so I'm
Yeah.
assuming those are going to be squeaky clean. But we should see if he's got any evidence of dealings with Dustbringers. There are those portraits in the main bar and grill. We should, you know, cross-reference those. See if, oh, look at that guy. That guy's wearing that cape or something, you know?
Right,
Says-
I agree.
Or like
Good idea.
official Dustbringers t-shirt.
a members only jacket, you would say.
Yeah.
It's a
One of
good
those-
idea.
One of those satin jackets that just have Dustbringers on the back.
Right, we could maybe this could be touchy. but I can disguise myself as Dustbringer and talk to him, possibly. But that has so many chances to go wrong because I don't know much about the Dustbringers.
Right.
But we can keep an eye on Big Johnson.
I mean, I think it's a guy. He's probably got his hands in numerous pots, but I just want to make sure that he enjoys working with our pot the most. I don't. It's a weird conversation that I'm just having with myself right now.
We want to make sure that our pot is the most important.
Yes,
Right.
That's good.
I don't want him mixing our pot with some other pot. Yeah. Something like that. I don't know.
Yeah.
I got myself in too deep with this
Pots.
I think
this pot.
Can we go get our money now?
Yeah, let's do that next.
Let's go. And let's not bring this up again in the Dire Straits Bar and Grill. It's just...
Yeah.
All right, let's go.
So you guys,
let's make our way over.
yeah, you head on over to the Steel Appeal, the blacksmith shop, and you walk in. I don't know if I described this in the last episode. I forget if you guys have been in here, but the shop is the fantasy equivalent of like brutalist architecture, in fact that it's like just concrete stone walls, no colors, the only non like grayish element in the room is the fire in the back of the workshop. You see all kinds of weapons hanging from the ceiling in the work area, and they are back behind the counter, so they are no danger to customers. They do fall, but maybe for the blacksmith, they pose a problem. You see, you hear banging in the back as somebody is working on an anvil back there. From what you can see, it's an average size, like human, and he is just sort of forging away on that anvil back there.
All
Who
right,
has
you got.
the stuff?
I believe Barry took some samples.
Oh. Yes.
You got a rat too, right? I told you to take a rat. And
I
not just a
took-
bat.
I have rat tail and bat wing. So
And he goes, so you guys accepted it. Okay. I didn't think
Were we
anybody would
supposed to come
actually...
and talk? Were we supposed to tell this
Yeah.
guy that we were going to go do it first?
No, he goes, I actually didn't think anybody would take that job. I kind of just posted it up there on a whim because they've been bothering the hell out of my shop. So, let me see. And he walks up and you put this stuff on the counter. He's like, all right, looks like you got rid of all of them. There were bats down there too?
Yeah. How about
quite a
if
few.
possible, maybe you sweeten the deal a little bit since we also got rid of some bats for you.
Yeah, I can definitely, I'll throw an extra 100 gold pieces on there for the bat.
Bats.
Bats with an S at the end.
I only see
Giant bats.
No, I see 6 rat tails here and only 1 bat wing. So,
Surely you heard the cleansing fires of retribution. I think you know that whatever was in there is completely gone now.
roll.
It was like a 7-foot bat. Okay, we couldn't bring it up here.
Roll me a persuasion check, Surreal. Since
Persuasion.
Listen, guys.
Oh.
Ball is in
rolled a
his court.
7.
We've already done it. He never even said that he would pay us, so why don't we calm ourselves down?
so he goes. Goes. All right. So payment. Yeah, it's about as many rats as I thought were down there. I hope there weren't more. So for the 6 rat tails and the bat wing, he gives you 600 gold pieces. It was 500 for the rats themselves, and then the extra 100 for the extra creature. So you have 600 pieces between you, and he goes, hey, so introductions first. My name is Gustav. Pardon me. I I am working on weapons here, so if you guys don't need anything else, I'm going to go back to what I'm doing.
Real quick, Gustav, you said?
Yes.
Gustav, did you notice anything other than vermin in the sewer? Did you hear any voices or just anything strange coming from there?
No. They've only been, I've only been disturbed by, at least it looked like a few large rats. They were pretty big, bigger than I would expect, but they've just been I've been finding them outside in the back in my trash.
Insight check.
Yes.
15.
15.
Wait. Yes. 15.
Yeah. So his you're trying to read him. He seems to be telling the truth. You just notice that he has a very manic, like sort of like attention sort of issue where his mind is just on like 50 things at once here. So he's kind of, just eyeing the forge in the back, looking around, checking you got, sort of like.
I'll lean in and I'll ask him if you notice anything, you hear anything strange, would you let us know? Just, I mean, not like super serious, but we're just curious.
Yeah. He goes, sure. Yeah. I'm good. I'm in here. I can sharpen your weapons if you guys like. All these weapons around here, they can be so sharp that you could possibly cut a finger off and not notice for days. And you being right in front of him, Barry, you notice as he's waving, he only has 4 fingers on his hand.
Oh, jeez. So he didn't cut off one of my fingers, did he?
No.
That suck.
Yeah, and he's waving around. He's like, yeah, so top of the line sharpness here.
I am good. I'll turn to the group. Does anyone? I know Rex, you have a sword.
My sword's great.
That is
Good
true.
as is.
Okay.
Okay.
Captain.
How long for the sword sharpening?
Sword sharpening. Let's see. It's looks like probably depending on size of sword, you're looking probably like 10 gold. For like your normal sword. Anything larger like that guy's sword, and he points to Rex. They probably go up to like 25, 30 gold pieces
All right.
to sharpen.
How long though? Like
It'd be
how
real
long
quick.
for the time?
Yeah, got the sharpener over there, and he points with his other hand, and you see that those only have 3 fingers on them.
God.
So you got right here. I got this. It'll take me about an hour, maybe.
Okay. I'm good for now, but thank you for the offer. You should probably calm down a little bit around weapons. I'm just saying, you seem a little hyper.
Right, I'm perfectly fine. Never hurt myself before.
Okay, great. All right, thank you. I'm gonna leave now before he chops off my head or something.
And,
I believe I'm good on the weapon.
Yep. So, Surreal, for you, just give me a perception check.
Sure. 14.
Yeah, you notice, getting over a 10 here, that some of those weapons hanging around in the back are some pretty high-end weapons. This guy does some really good work. Maybe a little strange, but as you're leaving the store, that, these are some pretty good weapons. And it might be good to remember this store.
Okay. Did I make note of what kinds they are, or I just know
It's
that
all
they're pretty
kinds. It's
impressive?
great swords, short swords, rapiers, axes, just anything with an edge.
Okay, cool.
Including spears and javelins and things like that. So, yeah. Despite his only having 7 fingers, you see that he does really good work, and you would know this from all the loot that you have plundered over the years.
I wonder if the less fingers he has, the better he is at crafting weapons.
Well, he
That's
really
my
seems
theory.
to put himself into his work.
He does, doesn't he?
It's a terrible trade-off. I do great work, but I lose digits.
So you guys exit. You have your money. Where do you go from here?
I think we lost your
We
sound.
lost Mark.
Oh,
Mark, we lost you.
hey, how did you lose
Oh,
me?
narrator.
All right.
Wait, hello?
We got you now.
Yep.
I got you.
Yeah,
Okay,
now, yeah.
okay. All right, I don't know what happened there. So I said, what do you guys, you're finished here, you exit, you have your money, where you want to go or do next. Just to recap time-wise, you still have another day, Barris, for
Okay.
Forgers. Ignatius, you could, at some point this in the evening, go and fight those two guys, or you can do it tomorrow. And you guys still have about 6 to 7 days till you have to be in Hawkins. So.
Who got the armor? It was Barris and Surreal.
Yeah, they have their +1 armor on.
Okay. If Mark would allow me, real quick, Barris, Surreal, we can head back to the Dire Straits real quick. I might be able to help you guys out with your armor.
Is
Sure.
Do you
there
want?
some-
I don't want to
Well, what are you thinking?
I can imbue it with something that might be helpful.
Well, I mean, I'm always there for extra help. You know, I'm not gonna refuse.
Is it gonna be weird like the last time when you like had to touch my shoulder and do weird things?
No, I all I have to do is touch the armor.
Okay, so we could take off the armor if you're uncomfortable with that. I
Yeah.
assume.
Yes.
I would prefer that this time.
We have time, unless Rex, Iggy, is there anything you wanted to do?
I just think I need to rest before I take on these other horsemen.
That's probably best.
Yeah, so you guys head on down to the Dire Straits. And as you walk in, Barris, do you want to do an investigation on the photos as you walk in?
Yeah. It's an 11.
11?
Yep.
Yep. Thank God you're still in that time period of the story where DCs are 10 for most of this stuff. And they're pretty much out in the open. You know, they're not trying to hide them. So, your investigation, you look around. You see your quick first glance. You see quite a few ones with those similar color on. So it does look like there's been some Dustbringers through here before. Big Johnson looks slightly younger in some, kind of his current age in others. But you notice by getting over a 10 in particular, there's one that seems to be newer. Within that, there is that photo, another photo, and then blank spaces where they hang the photo. Like, so you can tell it was recently hung up there. And give me an intelligence check on this one for memory.
It's always fun. An 11.
11, good, perfect.
Hey.
So you notice, specifically you look, and Barris, you never forget the look of a Delacroix. And you notice that this is a person in Dustbringer armor that looks very much like a family member of the Delacroix. And that is where we'll end this episode.
I like it.